Minesweeper was created around the 1980s. They're not exactly sure when the game officially came out. However, the game has an ancestor that is called Cube. And the game of Cube is basically the player would start in the top left, right angled corner, and they would have to work their way all the way down to the bottom without getting exploded by mines. And so it was kind of a puzzle game based around the same principle. However, the creator of the Minesweeper decided to make it a kind of more intellectual, trying to figure out where all the mines are rather than just count the steps and see if you can get there. And it apparently has its earliest kind of idea and concept for this around the 1960s and 70s. Also, shout out to my boy Danny J at Jagex for putting that shit in RuneScape.
Hello, everybody. This is Chase, and the other two people with me are
Michael and me.
And we're gonna show how some people play Minesweeper and how I used to play it.
Oh man, look at all those numbers.
Boom, and that's how people play it.
Alright guys, these are the general rules we're going to use when solving Minesweeper. First rule, hit randomly until a substantial amount of open squares are available. Rule 2, if the number on a square is equal to the number of unavailable squares surrounding it, and all other surrounding available squares are not marked as bombs, then all of those unavailable squares are bombs.
High five. Bro points. Okay. So as we can see here, I need to use the mouse. Okay, as we can see here, there's a 3. And we already have one mine found, and there's only 2 other options for this 3. So obviously these 2 right here are also a mine. And this 2 needs 2. So because of this 3 giving us this 2 now also has those 2 mines, as we can see here.
We see that this is a 3. We see that it has only 1 unavailable space left, and already is touching 2 bombs. Therefore, this space is now a bomb. Sadly, we do not have the result. So let's move on to the next example. Rule 3. If the number on a square is already touching the number of bombs surrounding it, then all the unavailable squares touching the square are not a bomb.
Okay, so going off of step 3, as you can see, this 1 right here is touching a bomb, as is this 1, and this 2 right here is touching 2 bombs, as this 2 is also touching 2 bombs. So we know that these bombs are, these empty spaces right here are not bombs, and spaces above that are not imaged are also not bombs. And here we can prove it. Boom. Yep, those aren't bombs.
Rule 4. If Rule 2 and 3 do not apply, then you'll probably have to do some probability. When the player gets down to not being able to make any logical decisions based on the numbers on the board, it becomes a game of chance. In this case, usually the player will want to pick the bigger numbers because it is a higher percent of not being a bomb.
So, when we get down to this area, this is where we kind of get in a tricky spot where we don't exactly know where a mine could be because we don't have enough information to really kind of give one away. So this is where probability comes around. So as we can see, there's kind of a huge kind of spot around here where we don't know where the mines are. But what we can do is go through probability to try to predict where we think a mine could be. And so usually when we do that, we want to make sure we mess with a bigger number because we have a better chance of being correct. Because if we go with a lower number, then there's a higher chance of it being a mine and then we screw up. And we took that chance here, and as you can see, it helped us. Same thing. No, okay. All right. So as we get here as well, we get another kind of sticky spot with probability. And so we already have this 2 touching one mine. So we know this 2 needs to touch another mine. And we don't know if it's here, or for a matter of fact, we don't know any of these as well. So this is where it gets down to kind of a little probability situation. And so once again, we're going with a big number to try to solve out where we think it is. Because going with the 2, the smaller number, has a higher risk chance of being incorrect. And so as you can see, we did it just like that.
Okay guys, so as you can see, this one right here does not reach the second or third step, so we move on to probability, or just like being lucky with our probability, and then we choose this square right here because this completes this 3, but it also completes that 1. And then for over here, we need the 2 to touch 1 more, and that 1 to touch 1 more. So we also choose this area right here. And then to prove ourselves, after we select these two, we select the middle to see what that number is. And as you can see, the middle is a 3, but the 3 is touching 4 bombs, so we were wrong in our guess. But all we need to do is move the bomb over right there, and then we're correct. Congratulations.
Minesweeper complete.
And if probability does not work for you, go back to step 1, rinse and repeat.
Okay, everybody, so step 1 is you randomly choose a spot on the thing.
Oh man, that's a hard one.
And then from here we have to use probability because based off of our rules, there's no specific one you could choose logically, so we have to think through this one. Through thinking this through, I think the highest probability of one that's being a bomb would be that one. So then we would say this one's already touching that one, and then go like that.
Open it up.
And then through our other one, here's a 2. It's only touching 1 bomb, and the ones around it would be that, and there's only 1 left unknown. So for the 2 to reach its 2 bombs, that one's automatically bomb. So then that 2 is already touching it, so we can click any squares connected to it that aren't known yet. And then since those 1's already touching 1 bomb, we could touch around all those 1's, and that's already touching a bomb.
And then the right 2 are obviously bombs.
Yeah, and then these 2 would be bombs because those 2's obviously need to touch 2, and that 1's need to touch 1. It's only touching that, so those 2 are bombs. And right here, this 1 isn't touching a bomb, and the only left open square is this one, so we obviously choose this one. Now this one's touching a bomb. That 2 needs to touch 2, so it's most likely one of these 2. This 2 needs to touch 2, so the only other one is touching is this one. So that 2 is now touching 2. And then also this 1 right here has only 1 available spot that's not looked at yet, and it's not touching a bomb, so that one's a bomb. And this one's already touching a bomb, so that's not. And then this 2 would be selected out, that one's selected out. And then right here, this 2 is only available spots, this option right here, and it's not a bomb, and it needs to touch 2, so that one's now a bomb. These ones are touching a bomb, that 1 is touching a bomb, that one's still touching a bomb, and this 2 is touching 2 of them, still touching 2, the 1 is touching a bomb. And then from here on, we see this 1 needs to touch a bomb, it's not touching, this is only available, so this is 1, and that 2 is now touching 2. And then there we go. Game completed. Woo! And that's Minesweeper. On easy.